Hello, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another deluxe video. Now, I'd like to talk about something that I've been considering recently. Because I have a bad case of the gamer's risk, I've been thinking of watching the dubs. Now, you may be wondering why I would do that to myself. Well, to begin with, I have forgotten how to have fun in general. I think this is really beginning to become a serious problem. Just how serious I am all the time. Now when Brains ended, I was like, I don't like this, but okay, it's for the better, it's for the greater good. For my mental health during that series wasn't the best. So I'm just thinking, okay, it's better that I move past this, move on, all of that. But I was like, I need something less serious now. I think I lost my credibility there as soon as I opened the Magyar record. Let's just be honest. I mean, seriously, if there's anything else that I can say, it's that I have heard more about Despair than Aporia has mentioned it. Aporia wasn't the first. Let me just tell you that. Aporia is like, you will know Despair. Okay, sure, Aporia. I know Despair because I've been playing a game where despair is a common theme. Just saying. The Madoka Magica universe is known for despair. Known for the darkness and the hopelessness. Yeah, all of that. The minute I go back to series like that, I have no credibility if I say I want something less serious. And I haven't really gone back to watching, Sevens, and I think the main reason for that is because I'm not ready for a less serious story. Which just brings me back to my main point. I've forgotten how to enjoy normal things. Now that is actually very normal when it comes to someone with anhedonia. It makes sense that I don't experience things normally because that kind of goes without saying. But I mean, I want to rewatch like 3 series in this franchise. And while I am going to watch some of them dubbed, I'm also going to watch them subbed afterward. Just saying. I want the real story, but also some of the dub lines are hilarious. I remember especially liking GX for that reason. And I had an ex that insulted GX saying that it aged poorly, and I'm just like, dude, no. There were some very hilarious lines in that series. Don't talk to me about how bad it is. Although, admittedly, there is more than one reason that, well, we did not last. But there's definitely... A card game was one of the contributing factors for me deciding to end the relationship. It wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh! That decided... Yu-Gi-Oh! wasn't that card game, but a card game did officially bring an end to our relationship. And obviously, it shouldn't have, because there were a lot of other reasons I should have left him for, but I mean, I purposely just ended it then and there because, well, it was convenient, number 1. Number 2, it wasn't healthy for me to stay in that relationship. And I was being stubborn. I didn't want to end it. Well, eventually, my brain just pushed me into having to do it, so I did it. But you know what? I can cut off a toxic ex-boyfriend, but I can't get away from someone that, well, I'm in a situation where I don't really have much control over what's going on. I do have some problems, and many of those problems are indeed on me to fix and address. But let's just be honest here. I can't be responsible for everything that goes wrong. If I act like I'm responsible for that shit, I'm going to break fast. I better not think anywhere near that kind of thing. I better not go anywhere near that type of project. But there is a serious problem with my ability to enjoy things. And while I may be able to somewhat hide it while I'm playing this game, I think there is a problem going on that's affecting my ability to enjoy things normally. I'm not entirely sure if my videos reflect my anhedonia or not. Some probably do, others probably make people doubt, but, well, reality is reality, I guess, but still. I just think about everything I've experienced, and I'm thinking, what is fun? When was the last time I had fun? What even is fun? I do not remember this information. I don't remember it. Okay, hold on a second. I have to do something very evil today. You know, I could have gotten rid of his penguin monster instead, but I chose not to. Yeah, that card is useless in this situation. Okay, do I decide to... Oh, wait. I forgot this is a synchro deck, so it has no these monsters in it. My opponent just surrendered. And now I think I'm addicted to this game. Anyway, whenever I do watch subbed anime, I often have to pause the video to read the subtitles. And you may think that this ruins my ability to enjoy the series, but, well, it isn't actually that much of a problem, really. The only issue is, well, if I have a bad case of the gamer's wrist, I probably don't want to pause the video to read, which is kind of why I'm thinking of watching the dubs. Watching some dubs, a lot of dubs. I'm mainly considering watching the GX dub again and watching the Zexal dub. And now, why would I watch the Zexal dub? Why would I do that to myself? Well, I don't know. Why would I do that to myself? Part of me is just very bored, but I'm not going to watch 5D's dub. I might decide otherwise, but I really do not think there's anything I can get from the dub. Considering, well, I've watched the Dark Sign arc a billion times. I also used it while coping with hallucinations, and I think I know enough about I think I remember enough about that art. I want to do something very evil, but I can't. I can't. I end my turn. Anyway. I've heard that there are people that watch the dubs and actually... Now, to be honest, I think the dubs aren't actually that bad. And now, before you come after me with a pitchfork, I'm just saying, they aren't. There are people that would come at me with a pitchfork for saying that any dub is good. Now, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dubs, I do not like the censorship at all. I hate the censorship. I am heavily critical of it, and that's why I will watch this sub as well for any series, even if I'm willing to watch it dubbed. But, yeah. As opposed to the censorship as I am, those lines just destroy me. They're like, they are the best thing ever. I need to hear those lines. But to be completely honest, as much as I need to hear those lines, I also need to recover from my gamer's wrist. And my wrist needs to recover. So what is the best way for my wrist to recover? Well, I don't use my wrist very much for anything. If I'm just sitting here watching a bunch of dubs, well, my wrist will recover in peace. And now, obviously, I don't really feel like watching every episode again because some episodes I'm not big on when it comes to certain series, and you know, that's kind of how I watch the Dark Signer arc. And that's how I watched the Dark Signer arc a billion times. I just ignore everything else. But yeah, you know, as much as I stopped, I've forgotten what it's like to have fun. But you know, I honestly, that is an evil card. What are you planning to do with it? You're planning to attack me. Okay, no. You don't get to do that. I still think it's weird that I forgot Season 4. Like, dude, my memory is very good at remembering dark shit. How the hell do I not remember Season 4 of GX? I don't, but it's still weird to me. Because I'm not used to that kind of shit. I'm used to remembering dark stuff. It's just... It's very strange to look back on someone's character and remember... It's like looking back at a character that isn't really who you thought that character was. I'm like, dude... I cannot believe I forgot that, but well, whatever. And now my opponent is obviously going to attack me again. And now unless my opponent decides to summon another fusion monster, which is quite likely and could happen, I still have Dimensional Prison, though I will probably have to pick and choose one evil or the other. But well, I'll deal with that if the opportunity presents itself. I'm sure it will though, considering what kind of deck Reiji has. I'm surprised this guy is playing as Yuto instead of Reiji. Was he not around for Reiji's events? I find that very difficult to believe because he has Reiji's cards. Okay, he got rid of Dimensional Prison. He got rid of Dimensional Prison. Is he going to get rid of the card in my hands too? I mean, you never know, he could. Though he doesn't know what's in my hand, so does he know to get rid of it? Well, you never know. Anything could happen. Anything. Though I wonder if... This is very suspicious. Oh god. I don't know how I feel about this. I've gotten my ass kicked by this guy too many times. I'm talking about Reiji's deck. His deck has kicked my ass too many times. But, I mean, at least it's not another Kaiba deck. Kaiba uses the Blue Eyes White Dragon so many times, I'm tired of seeing that card. And I love his cards and his deck, but everyone else does too. Everyone else also likes it. Okay, Monster Reborn. I'm not even going to get to use mine. Okay, well, go ahead. I can probably ignore the rest of this. But, yeah. it still weirds me out that I remember what Jaden is like in season 1 and 2 and probably most of season 3, but I don't remember what he's like in season 4. I mean, seriously, how do you forget something like that? But, you know, he has such a different personality than me. You know, his personality is so different from mine. I'm just like, what? You know, it might be how I forgot. I may have just forgotten because of that. And because I legitimately just forgot what season 4 is like entirely. I mean, I was going through some weird shit when I watched season 4. I don't even know when I watched it. When did I watch it? Which year was it? I know that I watched it at some point, but when? And well, you know, I haven't forgotten like other protagonists on the level that I've forgotten about Jaden, but whatever. But I was just reading his fandom wiki page and I'm like, wait, what? He forgot how to enjoy dueling? I do not remember this. And then I'm just thinking in my head, I've forgotten how to enjoy anything. Everything. But I'm probably not really able to enjoy dueling much either. And now, admittedly, I do enjoy a good duel, but to what extent do I mean that? I don't know. And now, the personality I have right now is very similar to the personality I had before I developed anhedonia, except, I don't know. There's some clear differences and some clear improvements. There are also some negatives because of shit that I've been dealing with, but anyway. Okay. And my opponent is probably going to do the same thing as me, so I should be prepared for that. And now, admittedly, I have seen no Yuseis using this strategy, but there is nothing preventing another Yusei from doing the same thing as me. I mean, how else did I learn about this strategy? I obviously had it used against me first. Okay, I end my turn. I feel like I've gotten better at playing this game, but admittedly, I'm just like, I may have gotten better, but I don't know if I'm playing because I don't know. I don't know, it's very strange. But anyway, at least I can do things. At least I can do things. And I'm glad that I'm not too upset to record, but I mean, the effect of what activates. Okay, interesting. I'm not familiar with that. I'm not familiar with that archetype. Now I know I've seen it because the dual quizzes make use of it somewhere, but it was definitely not one of my best. It was definitely not one of the easiest ones for me. It was one of the harder ones, probably. Okay. How come my opponents just keep lagging? Is there something going on my end? I don't know. Duel Links is so sensitive to any slight connection error that if anything was going on with my internet at all, I'd probably know by now. Okay, it's my turn. Alright. I summon a card. He can apparently do something. And I have no idea what that is. Treacherous Trapple. And that's what it is. Okay. I negated it. Okay, and I don't remember how much to, okay. He activates his monster's effect. I don't know what it is, okay. If I didn't have this equip card, I wouldn't have been able to defend myself against that. But because I have this spell card, I could. And that's actually an interesting situation to encounter. I won. Because I happened to equip that card to the right card. Okay, now how long is this video? 21 minutes. I see. Alright, well I should probably look at the other tasks on the first delinquent sheet. I'm going to look at it. And I'll probably finish it off and then log off for the night. For no reason, really. I feel like I can do something else. Like give my wrist a break. Though I'm not very good at doing that, just saying. I mean, how do you think I got this case of the gamer's wrist anyway? Okay. I have a decent amount of gems considering I recently used them. Yeah. Alright. Well, the rest of the bingo sheet is defeat standard duelists one time and duel the vagabond one time. Alright, well, I'll do that. Obviously, how far am I willing to take this? Am I actually willing to duel? Am I willing to duel or... I don't know, at this point I probably shouldn't. I'll get sucked into it. You know, when I open Vanguard Zero and I go to... When I open Vanguard Zero, the protagonist of Key just calls me out for... He's just like, if you take out your deck, you won't stop. And I'm like, yes, that's true. I won't stop. Though I haven't been playing Vanguard Zero much recently because, well, I guess I just don't feel like it. It's not on Steam, so it's not the same. I mean, I could use an emulator or something, but I mean, my computer isn't that great with emulators. And that's why I haven't been doing that. Even though I know I easily could. Okay, well, this was easy. Obviously. I like how I am also good at using these cards. Like, what the hell? It's like, for some reason, I'm just good at using Jaden's cards. I'm not sure why or how this happened, But, okay, sure. Although I think Jaden and I probably have the most in common. Even though I just said that we have pretty different personalities. Well, we do, but still. I mean, if I decide not to, if I decide to bring positive similarities into this, instead of just saying that I relate to soccer the most, well then, we've got some good things in common, but also some bad things in common. Kind of dark, isn't it? Well, that's better than what Yusaku's. That's better than the reason I have for relating to Yusaku. Seriously. And there are definitely other people that can relate to Yusaku, unfortunately. But I mean, I experienced a one-time thing that really shook me up as a child. But I don't think that it's... Well, here's the problem that I'm dealing with. I'm just not going to yield to the reality that a certain someone has more trauma than me. I'm not going to give into that. I know, but my pain is still there. It's there. I am not going to be invalidated. My feelings are not going to be invalidated. My pain and my suffering will not be ignored. And to be fair, part of that is kind of because I'm being forced to acknowledge it. I'm kind of being forced to be vocal about it as well. I mean, because of the recent situation. And now I might be able to recover on my own if I'm silent, but I don't think that's a good idea, and I don't think it's healthy either. I mean, seriously, I feel like it's better if I say something now. And better I don't wait. It could be disastrous if I do. I mean, what if I fail? What if this is my breaking point if I stay silent? And now, obviously, I'm very talkative here on YouTube, but I'm not actually the most talkative person out there. And while I am open about a lot of things, I probably shouldn't be open about some of the shit I'm open about. And now the reason I'm open about some of that is because I've got to be for certain reasons. First, I had to overcome some personal issues that I feel is easiest if I've got an audience. But there's also another reason, and it's to express myself verbally in a space that will challenge me in a way that will benefit me long term. Well, I'm glad I still have a monster on the field, but, well, the cost of that. Brutal. Brutal, but it looks like I'm still going to pull out the win here. You know what I think is hilarious? There's a line in the GX dub that is just like, wait, what the hell? That line sounds like something I've said before. And then I'm like, well, yeah, I probably did at one point. Jaden is just like, Chaz has feelings, and I'm like, what the hell? And I think I said that before. And this was in the dub, by the way. I'm not sure if he said that in his sub version. Probably didn't, but you never know. I haven't watched it. I certainly don't know. I haven't watched it. Maybe you know if you... I don't know why you're watching this, if you already know that information. Honestly, if you've watched DX, you're probably tired of me using Jaden's cards, but, well, I'm good at using them. So I'm using them because I can. And because I'm just so good at using his cards. Honestly, I'm still not sure how this happened, but sure. Kind of makes me want to say that we've got more positive things in common than I'm willing to acknowledge. Probably because I'm so used to my negative qualities. Probably has something to do with forgetting how to have fun and all that shit. And also probably has a lot to do with not really seeing myself in a positive way for most of my life. Probably has something to do with those things, but well, you know. I already cleared the bingo sheet. Why did I go back there thinking I still had to clear the rest of it? Okay, this video is also a bit long, but you know, again, I'm probably going to need. I'm going to give PvP duels a bigger space. I'll have to rename that playlist, and when I do, that playlist is probably going to be for longer videos. And now I'm not going to make videos that are like several hours long or anything. I'm probably going to average maybe 30-40 minutes for those, but we'll see. Anyway guys, that's going to wrap things up for this video. I will see you guys in my next one. I have to sleep at some point.